worked out, and now with the numbers advantage, we're maybe making a move. VandeR, that's a great Howling Gale. Doesn't get knocked up, but he's slowed. Everybody dives. First blood secured by Svenskeren. Just way out of place and all too easy for SK.
Yeah, nice knockup, but not really paying attention to how many players SK has on this bottom side. They knew Forgiven and nRated would show up, and Freddy was still sitting there. So just sloppy play by VandeR, walking in down
the bottom half of the map. They're looking for Woolite. Woolite does have that flash. He does have the heal. Forgiven's got in. Woolite. Rocket jumps in. He flashes out. He gets taken out. Here comes Overpow. What can he do? There's so many members of SK. The Claw of Doom takes him way out of dodge. And of course, Nukeduck going to be getting towards that Athene's on Holy Grail. One thing to highlight is just how good Freddy is on split push champions. This time round, though, it does look like he's caught out. Overpow's been stunned. Now Freddy's going to do a double stun. He locks up Overpow and Jankos. He crunches over the wall. Manages to throw the boulder at Jankos. Jankos looking.
Nice
the kick kicks him to safety. Freddy doing work here in the spring split. Svenskeren comes back in. There's the Claw of Doom. Svenskeren goes down in the background, but Freddy gets himself 2 for 1. And anything else, he wants the CDR, wants the movement speed. Overpow looking to chase Freddy, knowing Mega Gnar's not available. He's got the support of Jankos this time round, and there's no flash. Freddy unable to stun anybody. Easily gets picked off, and that may be the cost of a Dragon. SK get number 2, no one from ROCCAT around to steal. Actually a good play by Freddy at the end of the day.
Well, it's just ROCCAT saying we can't really fight for the Dragon anyway.
Overpow and Freddy doing a dance in the middle lane. 4 members of SK. They're going to start off the Dragon. Fox is alone in the pit before the rest of the team decides to move in there. Let's see how this plays out. ROCCAT, they're trying to set in. Nukeduck is going to try to dissuade nRated, but they're too late. They're too slow. Dragon number 3 secured by SK. They're being bullied around the map, and we haven't seen them make a play. They've tried to gank Freddy, but it's not been the most successful or the best decisions, really.
Oh, Freddy, he's trying to bait it out, so he's going very aggressive, trying to force Jankos actually to go on to him. Well, rest of SK are here.
Let's see what happens. Overpow's in trouble. He's going to throw down that Glacial Doom. Jankos kicks Svenskeren back, but it's too little. It's too late. ROCCAT, they want the fight now. Woolite's in trouble. He gets Cataclysm down. Monsoon is going to heal him just a brief moment. Jankos is low in the background, but we see Freddy is in trouble. The next victim will be Woolite. Why are ROCCAT fighting? VandeR flashes, gets cold by Forgiven.
4
and
people.
That's the first triple kill for Forgiven in the 2015 season. That's going to be a Baron as well.
Such a nice setup. Again, Freddy playing way too aggressive in the lane because he wanted Overpow and Jankos to jump him. As soon as it happened, well, the rest of SK joins in. Clean up the fight completely. Woolite is not strong enough, being caught in weird position as well. He's standing in the front as the Tristana here, and Forgiven on this Lucian, really using his mid-game power so well.
Somebody needs to ask ROCCAT why they're not great in the laning phase. SK just lane swapped. They played that tower game relatively slowly. It felt like it took a few minutes for them to decide to commit to it. But SK get
they were also free to do whatever they want to, because Jankos and Overpow kept walking mid lane, trying to get a gank, and it just didn't work for them. So there's no pressure on the side lanes early on, and SK Gaming fully controlled the
look at the damage. Forgiven is really just putting a beating down onto ROCCAT. SK grabbed the inner turret uncontested, the inhibitor and the inhibitor turret just uncontested off roam. They have rotated.
The shot calling has just been so much better.
Exactly. Very good call.
It's not about individual players here. It's just shot calling, the team game, knowing your comp and how you want to play it from the lane swap, from the items to buy level 1, being it the trailblazer for Svenskeren on Jarvan so you can get a bit more farm, or being it the SK getting early kills on nRated against the Lissandra here to cleanse ulti if she ever wants to try to get. There it is!
Oh, nRated is the one that's been caught out. This is a desperation fight for ROCCAT. Overpow throws down the hourglass. He'll be the first victim despite engaging the fight. And Freddy is continuing to buy time. There's super minions on the Nexus turrets for ROCCAT to deal with. And SK game 1.5 stacks as far as Nukeduck is concerned. Finally got himself that needlessly large ride, but truthfully, he's nowhere near the damage that he needs or wants. It does look like they've caught
the finish.
Sounds like a nursery rhyme. Is it that simple? Well, not really. It's taken half an hour of setup. Look at the burst. Inhibitor secured. Back away for Baron.
You can just wait for the last one to spawn, pick it up, and force the enemy team to take the fight. ROCCAT is moving down. It could go horribly wrong for them.
We are about to find out how this goes. They've gone onto nRated. That's a Glacial Tomb on the support, but Overpow's the first victim of the fight. We see VandeR going down next. Jankos, Woolite, Nukeduck doing the best they can to run away. Forgiven flashes over the wall. The building doesn't connect, but it's not needed because Fox cleans up house. Nukeduck's going to be the next one. We'll see if he gets nuked down. He does get slowed. Fox and Svenskeren set their sides. That's the clone, the flag, the drag. That's 4 for 0.
That's game.
Everything thrown at nRated, and he gets away. SK Gaming onto the Nexus turrets. They'll be looking to close out the game in style.
Such a strong performance. I mean, from level 1, they knew exactly what was going to happen. There was no answer from ROCCAT. Jankos might even end up dying here. Nope, stays alive. Saves a few fantasy points.
Saves a few fantasy points, indeed. SK Gaming onto the second to last turret. Second to last objective of the game. Freddy goes forward. Jankos will give up those fantasy points eventually. His Mega Gnar transformation happens. And SK actually back away just a little bit, playing this one a tad safer. Woolite was back up and didn't want to get those resets from Tristana. So SK, let's be frank, it's very little, it's very late.
It is. It just means SK won't pick it up, and instead they instant just go for this Baron. Forgiven actually stayed around to the red buff, life still back up to full HP, and Baron instead picked up by SK. So ROCCAT avoided them getting the 5th dragon. Couldn't really avoid them getting the dragon.
Yeah, and they lose the Nexus turret as well. Super minions doing work in the base. Defensive strong play by Fox, and I think you have to go back to that first sort of counter gank by Svenskeren. That really, really could have tilted the game in one direction or another, and it ended up being in favor of SK. So props to Sven. Inhibitor gets dropped in the middle lane. SK Gaming moving up to the top lane to set their sights on the next objective. Remember, there are no Nexus turrets. Baron buff is up. Svenskeren, Cataclysm is available, decides against it. There goes the Gnar backwards. Cataclysm goes down in the middle of the team fight. Forgiven melts VandeR. Inhibitor goes down. ROCCAT are in retreat. That's a good slow from Fox. It's not going to matter. SK Gaming pick up the first win of 2015 by defeating ROCCAT convincingly in a well